Hello, my name is Stephanie and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to go over 5 things that I learned from 7 years as a minimalist. Getting right into it, I spent 7 years as a minimalist. I read about 12 books on minimalism and I learned a lot of good lessons from those 7 years, so I thought I would share them with you. Forgive me if I'm looking on my phone, but I have all my notes on my phone. So the first thing that it taught me was basically to question marketing and question the intentions behind marketing and how they teach you basically to feel negative emotions about yourself, and that pushes you to make purchases. So a book I found very helpful about that was The Invisible Influence. That was a groundbreaking book for me to read about marketing and advertising. With that and with minimalism, I gradually unsubscribed from emails from companies, and I don't watch TV, I don't watch cable TV. I usually try to go ad-free as much as possible so that when I am making a purchase, it comes from within, like it comes from me having a need that I'm looking to have met somehow, instead of just scrolling or walking through the mall and just looking for something to grab your attention. I don't do that much anymore at all. So that was a wonderful thing to learn. I basically broke that habit of just kind of shopping. It's not really an activity for me anymore, so that's really nice. Another thing was it just taught me the importance of financial stability and how nice it can feel to just have your money sorted, not have debt. Debt is such a stressor and it's such a fucking vibe killer, so I really like to just keep on top of my finances. And with that too, I learned about the 50-30-20 budget, which is basically 50% of your budget goes towards your necessities, 30% goes towards fun, so whatever you want, and 20% goes towards savings. That's the basics of it, but then from that you can complicate it as much as you want, or you can keep it as simple as you want. So I love that budget, and minimalism taught me that. That's been wonderful. I still use it. Maybe if my financial situation changes, I'll look for other ways to use my income, but for now, that just works very well. The next thing with minimalism and reducing spending, I did a no-buy a couple times for like a year at a time, 2 different occasions, and that of course led to a lot of saved money. By the time I finished nursing school, I had met my now husband and we were planning to move across the country to Newfoundland, which is where we are now, and housing here is quite inexpensive. To put in perspective, a house here we paid just under $200,000 for it, and in Vancouver you would pay about $1 million. At least, I think now. I haven't even looked. I stopped looking years ago because it was just so depressing. I was able to pay the down payment for this house. I e-transferred my down payment because it was, of course, so affordable here, but because I had money saved throughout nursing school, which a lot of people that I went to school with kind of treated that as like, oh, well, I'm poor anyway, I may as well just, enjoy and I'll worry about saving later. But I'm really happy that I found that budget and that approach to money at that time, because it really set me up for success right after school. That was another one. And sort of another kind of attitude towards consumerism is now I have the attitude of essentialism, buying things that are useful, buying things that you love, buying things that help you in some way be a better whatever, a better singer, a better artist, a better creative in any way, and things that are good for your mental health too. I think that's just so important, and things that are, for your physical health and your mental health. I've realized that that's where I like to spend my money. We're raised in a pretty consumerist society, and shopping is pretty normalized. Yeah, I'm glad that I kind of was able to separate myself from that. I was listening to this podcast a while ago, and there was a quote in there that said, stop being a consumer and start being a creator. And that really helped shift my mindset as well, because money is valuable and I wanted to make sure it was going towards the right things. And then another thing that I'm really thankful for, because I lived in Vancouver, there's such a mix of people that are eco-conscious. Veganism is very, very popular or very common there, and it's very normal to be vegan, I find. And thrifty, like there's tons of thrift stores. And when I lived in Vancouver, I used an app called Buns. I still have like $300 in credits on it that I can't use because I don't live there anymore. But yeah, it taught me to trade things, and through Buns, people would trade, like they would bake bread and then I would trade a plant. It was really cool. So that really made me aware of you can make $1 go far if you need to, and if you are creative enough, and it can be fun. Secondhand shopping has been quite enjoyable for me many times in my life. Just being so lucky finding such gems that are so unique and so inexpensive compared to buying them new. And then that kind of taught me some things just last when they're secondhand, and that taught me to approach buying new things in that same kind of way. If I buy something new, I want to make sure that I can resell it. I recently sold my old iMac, my old Sony camera, and something else, and I made a significant amount of money off them. And they were all around like 10 years old, so they're just quality, like they still worked, I was just upgrading them. So it's always been worth it to me to just spend that little bit more the first time, and you're going to be so much happier with what you have, and you'll actually use it and it won't go to waste. And then when you're done with it, somebody else can probably use it, and then that product can live almost another second life before it goes into a landfill. And then finally, the last thing that it taught me, because I kind of went a bit extreme with it, to be honest, I got rid of a lot of stuff that I nowadays would just kind of be like, you know, it's okay to put it aside for a couple days, a month, and then see if I want it still. It doesn't have to, you know, be rid right now, and it's okay to buy a coffee or buy another pair of pants that you really will wear. It's okay. Extreme minimalism is not really for me, and I think life is not an exercise in deprivation. That's just not what life is about. And I think just having a healthy attitude towards consumerism and making sure that it's not taking over your life, and that you're not always focusing on buying the next thing, hoping that it will improve you in some way or improve your life in some way. As long as your spending and your shopping comes from a healthy place, I think it's okay. And you don't need to feel guilty about everything you buy. So yeah, those are some ramblings. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!